Hi, welcome back to Zero Sum Studio. I'm Zero. This is another in my series of just like little looks at different parts of Distemper, the tabletop role-playing game that we're developing and working on at the moment. So I've been spending a little bit of time looking at the character sheet and kind of working on that, and I thought I would take a quick look at it and just kind of like walk through my thought process. So originally this game was called After, and then it was called Fractured, and at different points during the development of it, the character sheet was a little bit almost vanilla, right? I very much like hexes, right? It harkens back to my original kind of like, war gaming or tabletop playing experiences back in the 80s. So I've always had a soft spot for hexes. So the original character sheets were very much sorry for the background noise there. For anyone that heard that dog barking, it's my email alerts. Let me just switch this off. So so originally this was all hexes, and I kind of moved away from that as the game started developing to make this a little bit more thematic. So Distemper is a post-apocalyptic role-playing game, and for the character sheet I wanted to again make it thematic and kind of keep aligned with the rest of the game. So I made it look like as you can probably see on the screen, I made it look like a job application form, right, with personal data, so name, profession, age, weight, height, gender, elements that don't really affect gameplay all that much, but you'd want to track, right, and then describe yourself in 3 words, which is part of the backstory generation, life path, and character creation system. It's just one of those ways to very quickly kind of like dive into who your character is, right, and make it easy to remember. So the describe yourself in 3 words is really that, just almost like touchstones, right? Like you're in a situation, what would your character do? Look at those 3 words and see what they'd look like. So for the Jumpstart Empty, I created some pre-gens, and I really simplified this character card just down to this to make it easy for people that hadn't played the game previously or weren't familiar with it. So as you can see, Carly's 3 words: sarcastic, confident, strong. If I open up another one, David is sullen, pessimistic, and shrewd. If you open up Marv is sarcastic, bold, sly. So, these words really are just a touch point, something for you to remember as you're role-playing them. Complications and motivations. This is something else. Now, I'll do another video at some point walking through the actual character creation process. But complications, motivations, more again, just what drives your character, and tie that back into all the personal data. Should give you, again, a couple of guiding points onto how to play your character. Then you have here you have the rapid range attributes, right? The kind of elements that go to make up your character, those physical and those physical and mental attributes that really kind of define who somebody is. So reason, acumen, physicality, influence, dexterity. These tie into the skills, which you can see below, and the skills range from ranks 0 to 4. So anyone that is untrained is considered to be level 0, right? So if you have training, you mark it in here. Otherwise, it's considered to be level 0, right, average, unless it's one of these skills that's marked, italicized and marked with an asterisk. These require certain training, so you can see they get a -3. But again, all the skills are listed in here. They're listed under groupings, right, so make it easier to find. Kind of sway skills, how to interact with people, or influence skills, criminal skills, knowledge, those kind of things, combat skills, innate skills, things like athletics and dodge, those kind of things. So, I've put them under their kind of broad groupings to make it easy to find, but they also tie to the attributes. So each attribute is listed in red at the end of it, right? So if you're looking at sleight of hand, this ties into dexterity. So you take someone's attribute modifier if they had a 1 there, and if they had a 1 sleight of hand, that would be +2. So this kind of like, again, just kind of keeps them thinking with it. All the secondary stats, they're all listed here. And what I've also done, I'll blow that up a little bit. You can see this. I've put in grey just to remind people as they're building their character card out what this really looks like, right? Kind of what the stats are, right? So, your dexterity modifier, your physicality modifier, and I've got a little bit of work to do on this for clarifications per one of my playtesters today. And then you move down to weapons and equipment. You've got, the name of the weapon, and again, these are also just suggestions. That's actually gone on the most recent version. Type, is it melee? Is it ranged? Explosive? Is it special? The range it works at, right? Is it close? Is it engaged? Is it, and that should be the other way around, engaged or close or medium? And clips notes, different things, right? The things to track the weapons. I should probably do a little bit of a better job of making this more call it out, right? Because otherwise they tend to blend into one another. So I'll make it clearer that it's different weapons. Down here, you've unarmed combat, shows what you need, tells you here. Actually, I could probably do a little bit of job of tidying this. So I'm glad I'm going through this. There's some things that I noticed while I'm talking to myself in my office that I wouldn't necessarily notice when I wasn't talking to myself. So the second page of the character sheet, and this is 2. Let's see if I have the full one listed. Do I have a full screenshot of this? Yeah. So this is what the character sheet would look like, right? So all of your details here on one side, and then on the second page here, going back to the PDF, just background details and notes, right? Somewhere for you to kind of draw this or take a picture of your character or cut one from the comics or whatever. Your different relationships with NPCs and even characters and the relationship modifier that you'll get when making checks. And then lastly, additional equipment and miscellaneous notes, right? Incidental equipment, survival equipment, things that you might want to have, kind of less gameplay impacting and much more almost thematic. But again, one of my playtesters gave me feedback that this really should be on this sheet, so you've got it all in one place. So more to come. Again, I'm pleased where I am with this. There's obviously more work to be done on this, but anyone watching this that has an opinion, would like to give any feedback, would love to hear it, right? Tweet me at zero sum games with an X, or get into our, put a comment here or get into our Discord, whatever you want to do. But I'd love to get any feedback from people on whether or not this works. Is it overly cheesy? Have I gone so far in the thematic direction that it distracts from the game? Just any feedback you got. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you know the mantra: like and subscribe. Thank you. Speak to you soon.